All right, so welcome back for part 2 of our deep dive into customer service.
Yeah.
If you remember, last time we talked about all those little personal touches.
Yeah.
You know how those pre-sale and post-sale interactions are so important for creating really loyal customers?
Right. We were exploring how just those small things can actually make a really big difference.
Exactly. But today, and we're kind of shifting gears a little bit,
Right.
we're going to explore how technology has just completely, revolutionized customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I think is going to be important for everyone listening, whether you're a business owner
Right.
or just someone who interacts with businesses every day.
Yeah, it's so fascinating how fast technology has changed everything about customer service.
I know, it was crazy.
I remember when, if you wanted to call a company, you'd be on hold for like an hour.
Oh, totally.
But now everyone expects an instant response.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of us have experienced the frustration of being stuck on hold. But now we have social media where customers can just put their complaints out there for everyone to see.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get almost an instant response.
Yeah.
And then there's those website chatbots
Oh, yeah.
that are popping up everywhere,
Everywhere.
offering 24/7 support.
Yeah, those chatbots are really interesting because
Yeah.
they show both the good and the bad of using technology in customer service.
Okay.
So on the one hand, businesses can provide support all the time without having to pay people to be there all the time.
Yeah, that's so true. I've totally had those moments late at night where I'm freaking out about an online order.
Oh, yeah.
And being able to talk to a chatbot was a lifesaver.
It's so convenient.
So convenient. But then on the other hand,
Right.
when you have a more complicated problem,
Yes.
that actually needs a real person to help you.
The human.
A human. It can be very frustrating and impersonal.
Right. So businesses really have to figure out how to use the technology in a way that doesn't make people feel like they're just talking to a robot.
Right, exactly. How to keep that personal connection.
Yeah.
Speaking of convenience, though, you can't ignore the impact of apps and websites.
Oh, yeah.
I love being able to order anything I want
Oh, yeah.
with just a few taps on my phone.
Right.
Or access support anytime, anywhere.
It's all about giving customers the power.
Totally.
But for businesses, it's like a strategic investment.
Right.
They have to decide if building and maintaining these platforms is worth it,
Right.
and whether they'll actually help them reach more customers and make things more efficient.
It really makes you wonder, though.
Mm-hmm.
Have we gotten to a point where technology has made things too convenient?
Yeah.
Have you ever been so frustrated trying to figure out a website
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
that you just wish you could talk to a real person?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I think people still really want that personal connection,
Yeah.
even with everything being digital these days.
Right.
And it just shows that even with all this technology, the basic rules for making customers loyal haven't changed.
So we're still talking about good service, personalized experiences, and maybe some good rewards.
Yeah, exactly. But the hard part is figuring out how to do all of that online.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you make someone feel like you really care when everything's happening online?
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And trying to solve a puzzle,
Yeah.
trying to make those digital interactions feel more human.
Exactly. And one way businesses are trying to do that is with data.
Okay.
Think about loyalty programs.
Like those cards that we all have for our favorite stores.
Yeah, exactly. Those cards aren't just about getting points for discounts.
Right.
They're about gathering information about what customers like.
So my Tesco Club card or my Sainsbury's Nectar card.
Yeah.
Those are telling those companies all about my shopping habits.
Exactly. Every time you use that card, you're giving them information about what you buy, how often you shop, and what you spend your money on.
So it's not just about rewarding me for being loyal. It's about them getting to know me better and then using that information to improve my experience.
Yes, and that's where personalization comes in.
All right.
Companies can use that data to give you special offers and recommend things that they think you'll actually like.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a valued customer.
They're not just another sale.
Exactly.
That's interesting. So technology, when used the right way, can actually make things more personal.
Right? It's like they can figure out what you need before you even know you need it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the power of data.
Wow.
But it's not just about individual recommendations.
Okay.
Data can also show bigger trends and patterns in how customers behave.
Okay. I'm curious to hear more about that. But if I'm being honest, all this talk about data collection is making me a little creeped out.
Oh, yeah?
It's cool that they know what I like, but it feels a bit Big Brother-ish, don't you think?
I understand what you mean, and it's something businesses need to be really careful about.
Okay, good. So it's not just me.
Yeah, there's a fine line between making things personal and feeling like your privacy is being invaded.
Right. So how do we make sure that all this data collection stays on the right side of that line?
Well, businesses have to be really clear about what data they're collecting,
Okay.
how they're using it,
Right.
and what they're doing to protect our privacy.
That makes sense. It feels like businesses have a big responsibility to use this powerful technology in the right way.
They do, and when they get it right, it can be really effective.
Yeah.
Let's think about our favorite fictional coffee shop, BrewBliss, as an example.
Oh, I love when BrewBliss makes a comeback.
Me too.
What have they been up to in the world of tech-savvy customer service?
Well, they recently made an app
Oh, nice.
that lets customers order ahead of time,
Oh.
get loyalty points, and even get a free drink after they buy pen drinks.
That sounds like classic BrewBliss rewarding their loyal customers. But I bet there's more to it than just free coffee.
Oh, you know there is.
I knew it.
They're also using the data from their app to really understand what their customers like.
Okay.
For example, they found out that oat milk lattes are their best seller in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, we all need that afternoon pick-me-up.
Exactly. So they decided to have a happy oat hour
Cute.
where they offer discounts on oat milk lattes between 2 and 4 p.m.
That's so smart.
Right?
That's a great example of using data not just to figure out how customers behave,
Right.
but to actually get people to buy more things during a time that's usually slow.
Exactly. They're using technology to make the customers happy.
And to make more money.
And to make more money, it's a win-win.
This reminds me of something we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Anticipating customer needs.
Right.
It's like BrewBliss is using technology to become psychic.
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
It's about understanding patterns
Okay.
and using what they learn to make a really smooth and enjoyable experience for the customer.
This is also fascinating. It feels like we could talk about this all day.
There's definitely a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But I think we've covered some really important things today.
I agree. We've looked at how technology has changed the customer service experience.
Yeah.
The good and the well and the things that need some work.
Right. It's a changing world. And the businesses that use technology in a smart and ethical way are the ones that are going to succeed.
Totally. Yeah, it really does feel like we're at this point where businesses really have to find that balance between, the efficiency of using all this technology, but then also not losing that warmth and understanding that you get from human interaction.
It's about finding that sweet spot, where technology helps people do their jobs better instead of replacing them altogether.
I'm curious, from all of our conversations so far, if you had to pick just one thing for our listeners to remember, what would it be?
I think the most important thing to remember is that technology is a powerful tool.
Okay.
But it's not a magic solution on its own.
Right.
The real magic happens when businesses use technology to make the customer experience better. To make it more seamless and personalized.
Right.
And ultimately just more human.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not about choosing technology over human interaction.
Right.
It's about using technology to make that human interaction even better.
Exactly. And I think that's what really makes the difference between good customer service and truly exceptional customer service.
So let's think about our own experiences for a second.
Okay.
Think about your favorite businesses.
Yeah.
Ones you keep going back to.
Yeah.
What are they doing well? And how could they use technology to make your experience even better?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
It really highlights why customer service is so important.
Yeah.
It's all about building those lasting relationships, creating experiences that make people feel valued and appreciated, like they really matter.
And sometimes a little bit of technology can go a long way.
It really can.
So as you're going about your day, pay attention to how businesses are using technology to interact with you. And don't be afraid to give them feedback.
Right.
Both good and bad.
Yeah, let them know what's working and what could be better.
Because at the end of the day, we, the customers, have a voice.
We do.
And businesses are listening.
They are. And the more we all talk about this, the better those customer experiences will become.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation.
It has.
It's amazing to think how much customer service has changed. Even just in the last few years.
It really is. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all.
Right. Which makes me wonder, what's next for customer service? What new and exciting developments are coming?
What do you think?
I don't know. Are we all going to be talking to AI avatars soon?
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence is developing so quickly.
It really is.
I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing even smarter chatbots and virtual assistants in the very near future.
The ones that can actually understand sarcasm and tell a joke or two.
That would be amazing.
That'd be pretty impressive.
I think giving AI a sense of humor and personality is going to be really important.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We want these interactions to feel natural.
Right.
Not like we're just talking to a robot.
Like a real conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wouldn't want a chatbot that makes you laugh while it's helping you?
Right.
But beyond AI,
Yeah.
what other trends do you see coming in the world of customer service?
I think we're going to see a lot more focus on personalization.
Okay.
Like hyper-personalization.
Okay.
Businesses are starting to realize that customers really want to feel seen and understood as individuals, and technology can really help make that happen.
So it's not just about giving everyone the same discount anymore.
No.
It's about making those offers specific to each person.
Yeah.
And even figuring out what they need before they even ask.
Imagine getting recommendations.
Wow.
Based on what you've bought before,
Right.
what you've looked at online, even your mood or where you are at that moment.
Wow.
That's the kind of personalization we're moving towards.
That sounds both really cool and kind of scary at the same time.
It is.
It's great to have things tailored to exactly what I need.
Yeah.
But the thought of companies knowing that much about me is a little unsettling.
It's definitely a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But if businesses use this information responsibly and ethically,
Right.
it has the potential to create really amazing and meaningful experiences for customers.
So trust is more important than ever.
It is.
We need to know that businesses are being careful with our information.
Yeah.
And that they're respecting our privacy.
Absolutely. Transparency and trust are going to be crucial for businesses to succeed in this new world.
This has been such a fascinating conversation.
It has.
I always learn so much from our chats.
Me too. It's always a pleasure to dive deep into these topics with you.
And to our incredible listeners,
yes,
thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of customer service. We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
Yeah, hope so.
And maybe even a few tips you can actually use.
Yeah, until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
Yeah.
And keep pushing the boundaries of what customer service can be.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into customer service, what's like your final thought for our listeners?
Yeah.
What should they keep in mind as they kind of navigate this constantly changing world of customer service?
I think the biggest thing is to just embrace the change.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to try new things.
Right.
Experiment with different technologies.
Okay.
And just see what works best for you, both as a customer and maybe even as a business owner.
And on the other side of that,
yeah,
if something's not working for you, don't be afraid to say something.
Yes, speak up.
Let businesses know what you need, what you expect, and how they can do better.
It's all about communication.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses and customers have to work together to create experiences that are both satisfying and meaningful.
Well said. This has been such a fascinating conversation.
It has.
I always learned so much from you.
Likewise, it's always a pleasure to really delve into these topics with you.
And to our amazing listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, thank you.
Into the world of customer service.
We appreciate you.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and maybe even a few actionable tips.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing those boundaries of what customer service can be.
And a huge thank you to Google Notebook LM for the powerful AI assistance and audio dialogue that makes these deep dives possible. You're a real game changer in the podcasting world.
Absolutely couldn't do it without you.
This episode was a PLC strategy production. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep those customer service expectations high.